This is Progress Culture.
Is intuition something that you try to look for in people? Is there a way that you feel like you assess that and look for those people? What do you do with them? Do you believe that intuition can provide these sort of empirical, scientific type results?
Definitely. Yeah. And there's so many different directions I thought you were going to go with imposter syndrome and things, but
I don't even know what that is.
It's alive and well, trust me. The intuition is something you do as a leader, as somebody who works with teams, other folks. You do learn to trust your intuition, but the real science of it and the academia of it is what drives intuition, trying to figure out what is driving my intuition. If you just rely on it, that's good, especially if it's accurate, it's good. Mm. But figuring out why do I feel that way? And that's what I've really tried to do a lot of with my leadership growth and my leadership journey over my life was, why do I feel this way? Why do I interact with that person that way, but this person this way? And taking courses on leadership and going through leadership programs and teaching leadership, I actually learn a lot more when I'm teaching supposedly other folks about it than I do when I'm just flat out learning or reading from a book. So understanding what the intuition means to you and how you use it so you don't misuse it, you don't miss cues, and you learn what to look for. And lots of other people have said it, you don't hire skills, you don't hire capabilities, you hire people. Mm-hmm. So that's what's the critical piece, and that's where fit becomes so important when you're hiring onto a team, is you have an idea what they can do and what they've done, but what can they do? What can they do going forward? Because having somebody that can grow into a bigger role or grow into what you might become as an organization, because your organization may change. So having the people on board that can grow with you and can actually lead you. Mm-hmm. That's one of the biggest things I've learned is leadership is not about being in charge. It's about getting people together to work on common goals and get stuff done and keep on growing to the future. If you happen to be over it, above it, part of it, in the middle of it, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Right. It's a matter of keeping everybody together and focusing.
And I would imagine that with everybody concentrating, that innovation has to be a big part of the thinking process, especially when, I don't know much about this, but when you were speaking about how the drones will be flying not only just in a pattern or zone, but what they're carrying, and the differences of all of that, from whether it be the medical or Amazon to the military, that's all different. So a lot of different people must be having a lot of input, and that's driving the innovation to push forward to really grow the drones probably beyond what the aircraft are doing right now.
Yeah,
unmanned.
Yeah, you're spot on, and there is value in tradition and value in doing things a certain way and procedures and things like that. But especially when you're dealing with new technologies, new use cases, the combination of all those things, new environments, even new social conditions like we're experiencing now.
Right.
Having people that can think about it in a different way. The worst phrase, or the worst phrase that you can have out there is the way we've always done it. Doing things the way we've always done it. That kills innovation. So having people that don't rely on that, that can respect discipline, can respect process when it's necessary, like engineering process has value, value of people, things like that. But being able to look at it in different ways, pulling people with different perspectives, the diversity piece, the inclusion of new ideas, you have to have that. So whether it's as a leader figuring out how to piece all that together, or as the individuals figuring out, I bring this really bizarro way of looking at things, but how am I going to play with everybody else in the sandbox?
Right.
That's really important.